Here we back, we doing another live session, live cooking session over at my client's house. We are doing an Italian theme. So we have polenta, a hot pepper relish, we have a red pepper pesto. Yeah, we got some stuff, so let's get cracking. I don't even know what to. Actually, first, let's make a marinated. Let's bring this over here. Do a marinated tomato salad. So for this, we are going to do shallots, onion, tomato. Let's see if we can get this. So it's shallots, onions, tomato, olive oil, slicing it down. All right, so we have shallot, we have the onion. You see, when I cut this, still that half moon. If you saw any of my older, or a couple of days ago, of how to cut this onion, let's show you. To clear this. So I like to go in half. And then start because then now, see all that? When you chop it, it's gonna fine dice it. So then we're gonna get some onions. We have our onions, we have our tomatoes, and so I'm using these Cabernet Estate Reserves. It's backwards, so yeah. Cabernet fine vine tomato, and we're gonna cut them in half. I'm just gonna throw them on top of this onion mixture that you can see where I have it right here. So I'm just cutting them in half. And this is going to be for the bruschetta chicken. So you can see we got probably should throw a little bit more in there. Yeah. So we got that. We are throw some white pepper. Got some salt. And so this is our tomato salad. So we have shallots, we have red onion, tomato, we have salt, pepper. Throw some olive oil on top of here. And then we're gonna throw some let's throw some basil. We'll do some fresh basil. And always, as you want to wrap this. So, showed you how to chiffonade basil a couple of days ago. So look, this big one, you're gonna roll it, not smoke it. And then we're going to throw a little bit of this balsamic glaze right on top. I'm also going to do throw a little pinch of garlic on there too. Why not? And so there's our marinated tomato salad. So we have basil, shallots, red onion. What the hell else did I put in there? Oh yeah, and the balsamic glaze. And really, all you're doing with this is allow it to stir it, let it marinate for a little bit. And this is what we're gonna put on our bruschetta chicken. So it should be fun. So I'll allow that to incorporate all that good stuff in there. There it is. Nice little marinated tomato salad. So we'll clean off this cutting board. All right, so then now, what are we gonna make? So we're gonna make a hot pepper relish. So I was making this the other day and I decided, you know what, this actually turned out really good. Let me write down this recipe. So it's a hot pepper relish, so stick with me. If you like jalapenos, if you like red Fresnos, if you like red onions, we're gonna make a nice relish out of all this, and yeah, it should be pretty good. So let's get into it. So first things first. We're gonna slice down the jalapenos. So it's about a half a pound. So let's say it's about 3 to 4 jalapenos. So we got our jalapenos, and the thing with these jalapenos, since we're doing it with a hot pepper relish, we're gonna be cooking this for roughly 40 minutes. So if you got any of these extra seeds, now depending on how spicy you want it to be, so I don't like to remove the seeds. I like the seeds because I like the spice. Now, any of the excess stuff, I am just gonna kind of move it to the side because we do have a bunch of peppers going in here. So we have our jalapenos. We're gonna get our red Fresnos. If you see these ones, we're gonna slice these down, and this is another half a pound. And you can see these little red Fresnos. So we're slicing these down. And you could use this for many days too, right? So this isn't, we're making this red pepper or this hot pepper relish. Once you make this, it could sit in the fridge for, I mean, a couple weeks. I don't know about months, but definitely a couple weeks. And with this though, so we have our half a pound of jalapenos. We have our half a pound of red peppers. Let me know if you can see this. Let me tilt it down a little bit. There you go. So then now we got our peppers, and then now we need a half a pound of red onions. So we'll just use this one. So probably about a medium. We'll see how, actually we ain't gonna use that because it's all fucking moldy. All right, so we're not using that one. Go to the store and they give me some moldy ass onions. What the hell's going on here? All right, so this one isn't good. So again, cut the edge off. Cut the edge off. We're going half moon slices. All right, so half moon slices, and remember when we cut the onion, it's always important that when you see, you don't start cutting from right here, right? You start from down here, and you gotta trust yourself with the knife skills, right? So when you you're cutting using the back end of your knife. Reason why is because you have more control. If you see this little thing, I got like a little finger hole, which is kind of cool. But yeah, actually I don't even know how to really work this. But so when you slice this down in your half moon, start here. So we're slicing.
For Steve.
Something's talking in here. So there we go. We have our onion sliced, and we'll do the same thing to the other one. And again, if you're just coming in, we are making a hot pepper relish. So we have our red Fresnos, we have our jalapenos, and we have our red onions that we are getting ready to just cook for roughly 30 minutes. And yeah, we're gonna make our relish, and then we're gonna do a red pepper pesto. We're gonna do a polenta. So yeah, stick around. Maybe you might learn some things. Maybe you might find that you want to cook this tonight. And if you do, let me know in the comments, and I'll get you the recipe. And I hate that if it sounds like I'm chopping wood, I'll try to be quiet without necessarily cutting my finger off. What the hell is this? I guess I could put something under here. That's what we used to do it back in the restaurant, right? We used to just get something and put under your cutting board. Let's see. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. It's not all, doesn't sound like you're getting friction through there. So we got our peppers, we got our onions, we got to cook them down. So let's say get about a medium saucepan. So we're going to be using a medium saucepan, and you could just add this all together. And if you don't want to put the extra seeds on there, oh well, you don't have to. But what we're looking for is a little bit of oil on top of here, so about a tablespoon. And when you're cooking this, make sure you have the exhaust fan on, because this is peppers. You will be gassing everybody in the house out. So and so that's going to sit there on low for about 40-ish minutes. And so don't let me forget about that, but we're gonna wipe this off and then we're gonna make our red pepper pesto. So let me wash this off and get back. All right. So we're getting our red pepper pesto. And remember, this is always good etiquette. Always wipe down your cutting board. Always clean your cutting board after you're done doing something. You don't want to cross-contaminate, get everybody the shits, and then next thing you know, you're the cause and you're the talk of everybody's holiday party. Wash your damn cutting board. Wash your knives. You might think, oh, it's only an onion. It's only tomatoes. It's cross-contamination. You don't want to do it. That's how you get sick. So, speaking of that, let's make our pesto. So this one's actually very simple because we're just gonna throw it all in a blender. First things first is we need to find our parsley. So I had parsley somewhere over here. So we have parsley. We have our fresh oregano, fresh parsley, fresh oregano. We have our garlic, and I like using this garlic because I'm lazy. I don't like just peeling I like using this because I'm lazy, and I don't know, I find that I like the minced garlic tastes good. So we have that, we have our garlic, we have our roasted red peppers. We're using Diallo right out of the jar. And I hate how this is backwards, but I guess it is the front-facing camera, but whatever. Diallo, roasted red peppers. And you could, look, if you're yelling at me saying, hey, you could just roast your own red peppers, you could, but I ain't got time for that, right? Nobody does. So we have that, and I need Parmesan. But we do have the fresh Parmesan block, so we'll be using this. Do we have any, how spicy do we want this? Do we want any spice in here? Now, what do you guys recommend? See in the chat. Do we want spicy red pepper pesto or more just kind of authentic roasted red pepper taste to it? Let me know, and I'll get the rest of my ingredients. And if nobody lets me know, I'm just going to go ahead and do it the way that I'm going to make it myself. So, spicy. All right, so we have the garlic, we have the parm, we have the parsley, we have the oregano, we have our salt and pepper, and we have our olive oil, and we're ready to make some pesto. So let's get to it. I thought I bought another olive oil, but maybe I didn't. What the hell? It's back here. All right, yeah. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna relocate you over to my food processor station. So forgive me. So we are at the food processor. Let's see if I can tilt you down a little bit. And again, once I figure this shit out, I will have maybe like a camera that's like up here, make it look a little bit more professional. But yeah, for the meantime, we're still figuring this out, you know? So let's see, we got all of our shit right here. We got our Belvita bars, let's move this. All right, so with the pesto, this is about pretty much the easiest let me get in here. This is about the easiest recipe for pesto you could do, because most pesto, you just throw it all into a blender and you adjust the consistency with the oil at the end. So let me show you. So I'm going in with about 1.5 cups of parsley. So with this, you could use flat leaf. You could also use curly. It's really whatever one that you prefer. But I'm using about 1.5 cups of the curly parsley. Throw that in there, and then I'm going to use some we're going 2 tablespoons of oregano. And again, if you guys want any of these recipes, just let me know in the comments, and I'll reply back with the recipes. So we're using 2 tablespoons of oregano. And again, if you're ever using anything like this, like the herbs, don't just pick them off, right? Because what you could do is you grab it from the top and then you slide it. Oh, that didn't work. You slide it all the way down and then you get this. Now I gotta dig these ones out. Where's my stem? All right, there it is. Unless you do it like I just did and it totally just messes it up while I'm on live. So, all right. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of garlic in here. Actually, I'll throw a little bit more. I like garlic. Fuck it, why not? So again, this is red pepper pesto we are making right here. So right now what we have in here is oregano, fresh oregano, curly parsley, and some minced garlic straight out of the jar. So what we got to put in here now is our roasted red pepper out of the jar. And I'm gonna go with, they always pack this in here so tight, so then you get all this oil just flowing all the way out. So how about that? We'll throw that full one in there. It's about 1.5 cups. That's what I'm looking for. Holy hell. Throw a little bit more. There it is. And being that I want a little bit of spice, I'm going to throw in some extra remaining peppers from the pepper relish that I was making earlier. Throw that in there just for a little bit of spice. And then we're going to get some fresh Parmesan, if I can ever figure out how to open this thing up. You ever figure out like these they really seal this? I guess it's probably for the best, but they seal the stuff in here so far, it's so good that like it's so hard to get it out, which is good because you don't want to get cross-contaminated. But we're going to do some fresh parm in here. So we're going about, I don't know, how much parm should I put in here? I would say tell me when, but then I don't know how delayed this really is. But we're going fresh parm. That's probably about 1/4 cup. Let's go a little bit more. Yeah, let's see how that works out. And then we're going to go 1/2 cup of olive oil. So how we're going to do this is we're going to blend this all up together right now. Let me see if I can get you a little bit of a, yeah, there we go. So we're going to blend this up, just a quick pulse. Maybe it would help if I plug the damn thing in. So we're just going to do a quick pulse. Just trying to combine everything. And what you're seeing is, obviously, it's not going anywhere. So cover your ears, and this might get a little loud. So I'm going to throw a little bit in here, and then I'm going to pulse. Throw a little bit in there. Pulse. And the thing with pesto is you want it to be somewhat chunky, right? It's you want it to be somewhat chunky. Hey man, how's life going? It's going. You know, we're making pesto right now, so. And I could you can see what's going on in here. It's slowly coming together. And we're gonna throw a little bit more oil. And we're gonna let that go on low as we come over here and check out our peppers. So this is our pepper relish. You can see we got some stuff going on in here. It's smelling spicy. We're actually gonna let that cook down for another probably 20-25 minutes. So we'll let that cook down for another 20-25 minutes. Let me check this pesto real quick so it doesn't blow out your guys' speakers. All right, so you can see it's slowly starting to come together. It's got a lot of, probably gonna go a little bit more. I'm gonna throw a little bit more cheese because I want it to thicken up a little bit more. It's a little runny for my liking, so let's throw a little bit more cheese on here and see what happens. All right, so now that we got that under control, we got the pepper, we got the pesto cooking, we have our marinated tomato salad. So again, this was just basil, onions, shallots, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and we're just letting those tomatoes kind of soak up all those good juices and everything that's in here. And really, you could eat that just like so, right? You could eat that, I mean, scoop it out and eat it, but that's gonna go on our bruschetta chicken. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's this? What's this, kitty? Come on, kitty. Come on over here. Come here, kitty. Show you this cat. What? What you doing? Look at this thing. What? You showing everyone? Oh, say hi. I don't want to get you over the food, but all right, so yeah, that's my client's cat. So let me show you, let me wash my hands. So you see we still got this pepper, we got our peppers, let me show you over here. We got our pepper. So we got our pepper relish back there cooking. Let me show you what this is slowly coming together. Oh, it just bombed me. Holy shit. Whew. All right, so, wow. And this was our red pepper pesto. Tastes really good. Salt, pepper. We got all these different types of good stuff in here, so good flavors. We're gonna hold on to that because what we're actually gonna make with this is we're gonna make a polenta, like a cheesy polenta. Put the pesto on top of that, and then now, yeah, we got some good stuff. So look at that, nice and fresh, nice and easy, super simple. Put a lid on that. Nice and easy. And see, the thing with this is like this could stay, there's no, I guess it's perishable, but there's no eggs, there's no, you know what I mean? There's nothing real too crazy in here that's gonna die. It's olive oil, herbs, and cheese. All right, so next on our agenda is we're gonna marinate, we're gonna do a dry marinade or dry rub of this chicken because we're gonna do the bruschetta chicken. And if you were here earlier, or maybe you didn't see what was going on, let me move this back a little bit so you can see the cutting board. And again, I'm still figuring this stuff out, guys. Please bear with me. So with this, we're gonna do a chicken. So it's gonna be bruschetta chicken strips. So how I'm gonna do this is I have a spice blend that I make for marinating chicken, and if you can see that, what do you think that is? So always get a bag. I'm gonna throw a little bit of my little chicken seasoning in here. I'm gonna throw some olive oil. Little bit of olive oil. Make a little paste out of there. This is what you should do if you're always marinating anything. I always recommend put the seasoning in, get the olive oil, make it into like this like little paste, because I'll show you. Once you go to stick the chicken or the meat or whatever it is that you're really trying to marinate, it sticks right to it. So I got these chicken tenders. Put this over here. Close it up. Right? And then shake the hell out of it. I find this to be the easiest method, the best method, just to kind of coat everything because it's already in the bag. You don't have to mess up any dishes. You don't have to do anything like that. And then you can adjust it. Do you want more seasoning? Well, throw a little bit on top. And then that way, you're not getting all the chicken particles all over your kitchen. It's already in the bag. So we'll give that time to marinate. Let it come, not necessarily room temperature, but we just took this straight out of the fridge. You never really want to cook it straight out of the fridge because the middle will always still be somewhat cold. And we can come back to our peppers. They're slowly starting to make way. All right, so now we're making polenta. So using a pan, decent size pasta water pan. This is a 6-quart, so it should work perfect. I'll bring you over to the stove top. I need more cameras. So we'll get you on the stove top. Let me know if that works. Yeah, so look at that. You can see still the peppers are still going. We still got probably about 20 minutes left on these. And that is for our hot pepper relish, which is jalapenos, red Fresnos, red onions, garlic, and we're just gonna cook it all together. We're gonna throw some apple cider vinegar when it's all said and done. Yeah, whenever we get there, we'll get there. But first, let's start here. So we're making with polenta. This is an Italian delicacy. I don't have 5 hours to sit here and stir, right? And neither should you, because they make instant polenta in 3 minutes, right? But you don't just follow it straight from the box. You got to spice it up a bit. So how we do this is we're going to go with rosemary and milk. So I'm sitting here tilting my head over here. So rosemary and milk. So let me show you. So I got, I don't know how the measuring cups are. All right, so we're going 3 cups of milk. And if you don't like milk or you don't drink milk, you could use water. You can use vegetable stock. I like milk because I think it makes it a little bit more creamier. So 3 cups of milk. Hey, how's it going?
Come here, look, that's Nick.
Hi there. Then we're going to do fresh rosemary. So I got 3 sprigs of fresh rosemary, and I'm going to bring this to a simmer. So turn the vent on. So 3 sprigs rosemary. Let it simmer for about 3 minutes. And the way I like doing this too is, let me bring this over here, is that you're really trying to steep the rosemary into the milk. So when you bring it up to a simmer, you're getting the oils released, and then we're gonna set it aside, let the oils kind of come into the milk for another 20 or so minutes before we start adding the other stuff. Yeah, I'm started doing these little live stream things on here, so I'm talking to myself.
That's awesome.
All right, so now that we have this going, if anybody has any questions, feel free, holler at me, yell at me, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what you want to learn, tell me what's going on, say hi, say bye. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing with these live streams. I'm just trying to connect a little bit more with the rest of people. I could really start to smell that red pepper pesto. Yeah, it's luckily the vent's on. So we are here we're cooking the polenta, and we're waiting for the milk and the rosemary to come together. And this is just one of my old, I don't want to say family Italian secrets, but I really don't even know if it's a secret, because all you're doing is really just boiling rosemary, or not boiling, simmering the rosemary in your milk. And also, I just found at the store these Barilla protein pasta. They have the new yeah, say that 10 times fast. But they got the new spiral noodle, new shape. And look at that, 10 grams of protein. Shit, this is all backwards. Let me see. Let me do it like this. Is it any better? There we go. I just lost you on my camera. Yeah, so there we go. Bring it back. There it is. So you can see we've been cooking these peppers down. We've been cooking these peppers down for about 30 minutes, and we're almost there. You can see we're starting to get rid of all the moisture. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to throw a little bit of salt on there, just to help draw some of that water out. And we need our wire whisk, because we're slowly getting this to simmer. All right, so you can see here, I don't know if you could see that it's slowly starting to simmer a little bit. And so this is the polenta. We are making a traditional polenta right here. We have the rosemary in the milk, and it is simmering. We're trying to get the juices, the oils from the rosemary into that milk. What's this? Kitty. All right, so we have the hot pepper relish cooking. It's almost done, and we're going to be able to prepare that real quick. We have the polenta milk and rosemary liquid seeping. All right, so the polenta, I'll just move that to the side. And so you can see it's got a little bit of heat, but what I want is that rosemary. I'm taking this off the heat and allowing the rosemary and the milk to just kind of come together. So I set a timer for 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and start making the polenta. But in the meantime, we have to make the salmon cakes. So how we do this is very simple. Actually, it's not very simple. I always say it's very simple, but it's because I'm a chef. So simple for the most part. But how we're doing this is we're getting, what the hell did I do with my salmon? Oh, so we have smoked salmon. We have Faroe Island salmon. And we're gonna do 3 scallions. And if you look, you ever do this? Where it grows into the cup? Sometimes it doesn't work, but you can see, like, this was last week. I cut it right here. Look at all that new growth. So we will be using that. I will slice that right off. Look at that, fresh. All right, so we got 3 scallions we're gonna slice down. So we got our green onions. We're chopping these. Nice fine dice. You can see the peppers are just about done. How's life going? It's great, man. How do I even, can I chat? Save highlight. Oh, I gotta start making highlights. Chat, top chat, hide, no. How's life going? Beam, blush, crush. No, that's filter. We don't need all that. Start a poll. All right, so let's look. There's our pepper relish. So I'm gonna add a half a cup of cider vinegar. And then we're gonna do a fourth a cup of sugar. So we got a half a cup of sugar. You can see I'm bringing this all together right here. And we're gonna cook for about 12 minutes. All right, so now this is the salmon cakes. Let me slide this over so you can see this. All right. So now that we have our salmon chopped, we're gonna put together. So now that we got the salmon chopped, we're gonna put together the scallions, the garlic, the red pepper, and we're gonna start to form these into cakes. And if you can see, so then we have here, we're gonna throw some green onion. Throw a little bit of, what do we got? We got a little red pepper. Little red pepper. Throw that in there. Nice. And so now we're starting to get together. Throw a little bit of garlic. Throw a tablespoon of dill weed in here. So we got a little bit of dill. We'll throw 1 egg, and then we'll do a little bit of lemon zest on top of here. And just for reference, this is salmon cakes. So throw a little bit of zest.
Is that Zara?
I think I just heard somebody crying. I was like, I don't know if that's my own thoughts or. Could not tell.
cubby.
A cubby?
Her cubby.
What kind of cup was it?
It was like a little sippy cup. They said sippy cup.
Did she bring
She's
it
having
in?
a meltdown, remember? She said she brought it in.
I don't think she did.
I don't think so either.
Does she want a cookie? Does she want a cookie?
You want a cookie?
Peanut butter or sugar cookie?
You want cookies, Laura? Laura, you want cookie? Yes.
I mean, we got peanut butter or sugar, so.
Peanut butter's cool. She can try that. She loves everything.
As many as you want.
Thank you.
I'll throw some panko. I'll do 1 egg. Salt and pepper.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, not a problem. You know that usually always worked for me, so.
Yeah.
Want a cookie? Sure. What was I even yelling about?
I know.
All right, so that's our salmon mixture. And so we're going to form this up into patties. I always like to start with that little ball and then flatten them out. And with these, you will have to stick them in the fridge to harden before you cook them, just so they don't break. time. So that's all right. So now we gotta wash all this. All right, we're gonna bring you back over here.